Okay, so the first question says these are the questions based on pie charts. Okay, this is what the pie chart is. Our first one and second one. Let us study the graph first, pie charts first, and their detailing, and then we can answer different type of questions. So the detailing of the pie charts are percentage of students in various courses A to F, and percentage of girls out of these has been represented. So the first pie chart represent the distribution of students in various courses out of total student of 1200, in which particular in which particular course how many percent of student have been enrolled. For example, let's take a case of A. So the value is 20%. That means out of total 1200 students, 20% of them would have been enrolled in course called as A. And there's one more pie chart given which is indicating the total girls are 800. So this is the distribution of girls in various courses, percentage of girls in various courses. So for example, for the same A, if you want to know what is the number of girls that is studying in course A, so that can be calculated by, see, under 800, A has been given 30%. So 30% of 800 will be the number of girls studying in course A. So this is how we can read the data from both the pie charts and then answer the question what has been asked. So let's take the first question. For which course is the number of boys the minimum? For which course the number of boys minimum? So for that, we need to find out the number of boys for each course, and then by comparing those boys with each other, then we can find out that for which course the number of boys will be minimum. So let us begin from A. We are supposed to find out the boys in the course A. For that, we need to first find out the total strength of course A. Okay, so the number of students in the course A will be found out by, see, there are total 1200 number of students and course A contains 20% of students. So clearly this number will be 20% of, that is 20 by 100 of 1200. Okay, that will be the number of students, total students in the course called as A. Now we are supposed to find out the students, the boys, the number of students, or number of boys in the course called as A. So we'll have to refer the another pie chart. Another pie chart says gives the distribution of girls. So another pie chart will just give us the number of girls in the course called as A. So in the course called as A, number of girls can be found out by, see, for the second pie chart, out of 800, 30% has been given to course A. So that means 30% out of 800 are the number of girls in the course called as A. So that is simply 30 by 100 of 800. So this is the number of girls in the course called as A, and the above one is the total students in A. So how can we find out the number of students, number of boys in the course called A? Will be simply found out by the total students, that is the upper one, minus the number of girls, that is the beneath one. So we can directly do it as 20 by 100 into 1200 minus 30 by 100 into 800. This is how we can do it. If we solve this, 20 by 100 into 1200, we need to calculate. So this is 20 divided by 100 is 5. When 1200 divided by 5 is nothing but 240. So the total number of students in course called A is 240, minus number of girls in course called as A. So we can cut it again. Zeros get cut like this. 10 can cut 800 by 80. 80 into 3, this is also 240. So that means total students are 240 and total girls are also 240. That means in the course called A, there is only girls. Okay, so obviously the number of boys become 240 minus 240 0. So in the course called A, the total number of boys is 0. So we were supposed to find out the minimum, that for which course the number of boys minimum. So there can be no number which can be lesser than 0. So obviously A course will have the minimum values only, minimum number of boys only. So that's what is the right answer. Course A is the right answer, who has got minimum number of boys. That is the right answer, option A. Now, in the second question, we are supposed to answer the same pie charts have been used. We are supposed to answer a different question. The question is, for course D, what is the respective ratio of boys and girls? What is the ratio of boys and girls for the course called as D? Okay, so clearly we'll have to find out number of boys to the number of girls. So first of all, let us find out the number of boys in the course called as D. Number of boys can be calculated as total number of students in course called D minus total number of girls in course called as D. Okay, so total number of students in course called as D will be nothing but total students are 1200 into course D has been given a 35%. So 35% of 1200, that is the total number of students in course called as D, minus total number of girls in the course called as D. So girls percentage can be calculated as the girl has been given a percentage of 30%. 30% out of 800 is to be found out. So that is 800 into 30 by 100. And the subtraction of these two will be the number of boys in the course called as D. Okay. If you solve this further, this comes out to be zeros get cancelled. It exactly comes out to be 420. The other one, 0 gets cancelled like that. So it has to be 240 again. 420 minus 240, the value is called as 180. So the number of boys in the course called as D is 180. And we are supposed to find out the respective ratio of boys and girls. So boys are 180 and girls we have already calculated to be 240. So the ratio becomes 180 is to 240. Okay, we can simplify by this ratio by cutting both the numbers by the same number. So 0 is cut like that. So 6 3 ja 18 and 6 4 ja 24. So the ratio simply becomes 3 is to 4. That is the right answer available in option number A. Now, for the same pie charts, we have the different question. For the course E, the number of girls is how much percent more than boys for course E? Number of girls is how much percent more than the boys. So clearly, we are supposed to find out the number of girls and boys first. So first of all, we'll find out the number of boys. A number of boys can be calculated as total students in course called as E minus girls in the course called as E. This is how we can find out the number of boys. So that is nothing but total of E. E has been given a percentage of 12%. So that has to be 1200 12%, 1200 to 12 by 100 minus girls in course called as E. So girls are given for the course called as it. They are represented by 14%. 14% of total, that is 800. So it has to be 14 into 800 by 100. Okay. If we solve this number, this comes out to be 144 minus this comes out to be 112, which is exactly 32. So the 32 are the number of boys in the course called as E. What are we supposed to know? The number of girls is how much percent more than the core more than the boys. So we have got the boys number. The girls number is already we have calculated as 112. So 112 is the girls number. We are supposed to know 112 is what percent more than 32. So we can write it down. 112 is what percent more than 32 can be found out by first of all the difference between 112 and 32. So this much more it is divided by percentage more than boys. So after then boys number has to appear. So after then whatever appears should become my denominator. So the number of boys is my denominator, that is 32 in the denominator into 100%. This is how we calculate this. If you solve this, this comes out to be 80 divided by 32 into 100%, which is nothing but simply 250%. So that becomes the right answer, 250%, option C. Now, for the same pie chart, we are supposed to answer question number 4. The question number 4 says, how many girls are there in course C? So clearly we are supposed to find out the number of girls in the course called as C. So in course called as C, the percentage has been given as 2%. If you can read it from here, only 2% girls are there. So total number of girls in the course called as C will be 800 is the total number of girls and 800 is 2%. That only we have to calculate, and which comes out to be nothing but 16. So girls, number of girls in the course called as C is nothing but 16, and it is available in option number A. Now, for the same pie chart, the question says for which pair of courses is the number of boys the same? So clearly we are supposed to find out the number of boys for all these courses given. Rather, what we can do, we can see from here A, D, B, D, C, F, E, F. So obviously A, B, C, D, E, F, everything is covered. So clearly we are supposed to find out the number of boys in every course. Okay, and then we have to find out for which course they are becoming same. So for course called as boys, course called as A, number of boys will be total number of students in A minus number of girls in A. This is how we'll find out the number of boys in A, total number of students in A minus the total number of girls in A. So total number of students A is nothing but A has been given 20%, so that is 20% of 1200 minus number of students, number of girls in course called as A will be calculated from this pie chart, that is 30% of 800, so 30 by 100 of 800, and this is how we are supposed to solve this. If we solve this, this comes out to be 240 minus 240, which is again 0. So this is how we calculated number of boys in course called as A. Similarly, we can find out the number of boys in course called as B. Okay, and let us write the values directly. That will be 15% of 1200, that is the number of students, minus the number of girls can be taken as 10% as given in the chart. B has given 10% in the second pie chart into 800. Okay, if we solve this is 180 minus 80, which is nothing but 100. Okay, let us go for the number of boys in C. Number of boys in C can be found out by the same way. C has been given 5%, so that is 5% of 1200. Rather, this is 15%. C value is 15%. So 15% of 1200 minus number of girls for the calculation of C is given as 2% minus 2% of 800. Okay, if we calculate this, this comes out to be 60 minus 16, which is nothing but 44. So that is the total number of girls, total number of boys in B. Now let us go for D. Number of boys in D will be calculated. D has been given 35%. So 35% of total students is 1200 minus number of girls in D will be done by 30% value. 30 divided by 100 into total girls are 800. If we solve this, this comes out to be 420 minus 240, which comes out to be exactly 180. Okay, so these are the value of number of boys we are receiving for every course like this. Okay, 0. Now let's just go for E. Number of boys in E. The number of boys in E can be found out by 12%, because E has been given 12% of 1200 minus number of girls. Percentage of girls is 14% in E of 800, and this value comes out to be 156 minus 112. If we subtract this, this comes out to be 44. As soon as we receive 44, we'll not be going for further. So okay, so this is the okay, this is 144. Rather, the calculation has gone wrong. This is 144 minus 112, with the value becomes 32. Okay, so we have to go again because there is no two value have come same. So for the course called as F, we can supposed to find out the number of boys. For course called F, we have been given 13%. So 13% of 1200 minus the number of girls distribution for the course called as F is 14% minus 14% of 800. This is what we are supposed to do. If you calculate this, these values are 156 minus 112, and the difference becomes 44. So that is the number which is matching with the number of boys for the course called as C. So course called as C and F are having same number of boys, that is 44 and 44. So C and F becomes the right answer, option number C. Now we have got a different pie chart, and we need to solve the question by seeing that pie chart. Obviously there is a pie chart and a table involved, and there is a connection always in between them. So let us see that. Okay, first of all, we need to study the graph. This graph of pie chart and table we have to study. They are saying percentage of people in a city working in night shift from various industries. Total number of people are 40,250. Okay, total number of people are 40,250, and their distribution is given in terms of percentage. Okay, so we can understand it like how many people work in night shift. So for different industries, for example, for IT industry, 12% people of the total 40,250 people work in night shift for the IT industry. For sports industry, out of 40,250, 18% work of the sports industry in the night shift, and so on. We can take it as now what does the table represent? No, percentage of females from various industries working in night shift. So in the IT industry, whatever is the total number of people working in night shift, that numbers 20% is the female. Okay, similarly, whatever is the total number of people working in night shift for the sports industry, out of that number 20% are female, and this is how we can read it, and this is how the graphs are related. Okay, so after studying the graph we can go for the question. Question asked is, what is the respective ratio of men to women working in night shift from the call center industry? So for only for the call center industry, we are supposed to find out the ratio of men to women. Okay, for that we need to know the number of men and number of women also. So for that, let us see the total number of people working in night shift in the call center industry. In the call center industry, the pie chart says there is 32% people who are working in night shift. So clearly, first of all, we'll find out the 32% of 40,250. Okay, this is how we'll calculate, and this will be the total number of people that are working under the call center industry in the night shift. Okay, this is the total number. Okay, and this comes out to be exactly 12,880. So this is the total number of people who are working in night shift from the call center industry only, and he's asking for the ratio. They're asking for let's see the question. They're asking for the ratio of men to women working in night shift from call center industry. Okay, men to women. So we calculated this as 40,000. Let us write once again. We calculated this as 40,000. Okay, the value was 40,000. Okay, the value was simply, okay, the value was 40,250 into 32%, that is like this, and it came out to be actually now, the question says there are pie chart. There is a pie chart involved, and there is a table involved. Let us see the details of the pie chart at the table. Then only we can proceed to answer the different questions associated. The first pie chart represents percentage of people in a city working in night shift from various industries. Total number of people are 40,250. So out of total 40,250 people who are working in night shift, then these 40,250 belong to which different industries? That distribution has been given in terms of the pie chart, so we can understand that out of those 42,250, for the sports industry 18% work in night shift. From the call center industry 32% work in night shift, and so on. We can take down this data as, okay. Now, the what is the table representing? Table representing percentage of females from various industries working in night shift. So out of the total night shift working people for any particular industry, how much percent out of that those people for a particular industry are female? For example, in IT industry, out of 40,250 people, 12% people belong to IT industry. Out of those 12% people, whatever is that number, that are the people who working night shift from the IT industry, out of that number, 20% are female. So obviously 80% will be male. So this is how we take the data, and for all the industry, the data is given. So now, after studying the graph data, we can see the question. The question is, what is respective ratio of men to women working in night shift from the call center industry? Okay, so we are supposed to answer the ratio of men to women. So for finding out the ratio of men to women, so men will be nothing but 40,250 into 12. For the IT industry, the value is 12%. This is the total number. And out of this total number, 20% will be female, and obviously how much percent will be male? That is 80% will be male. Okay, there is total at 100%. So if 20% are female, how many percent will be male? So 80% will be male. Okay, and this we have to answer for which particular industry? We are supposed to answer this for call center industry, not the IT one. So for call center industry, if you see, okay, we are respective ratio man to working night shift from the call center industry we have to answer. So if you see the call center industry, so how many? 45% are female. So the female part is 45%. So what will be the male part? Male part will be obviously 100 minus 45%. Okay, 100 minus 45%, that is nothing but 55%. So male to female ratio is 55% to 45%, and that is nothing but 55 is to 45. And if we simplify this further, 5 11 ja and 5 9 ja, so the ratio becomes simply 11 is to 9. So that becomes the right answer. 11 is to 9 is the right answer. Let us see where it is available. Available in option number B. So it becomes the right answer directly. Now, for the same pie chart and table, we are supposed to answer a different question. The question is, what is the total number of men working in night shift from all the industries together? So clearly, we are supposed to answer the total number of men who are working in night shift. Okay, so we can make a table here for male also. Female is 20%. So male part for this industry will be 80%. That is 100 minus 20. For this part also 80%. For this part, it will be 100 minus 45. That is 55%. For this part, it will be 100 minus 60, that is 40%. For this part, it is 60%. And for this part, it is 100 minus 15, that is 85%. So these are the male percentage, and we are supposed to tell the value of each and every industry. What is the male people who are working night shift, and then add them together. So let us find out for each and every industry like that. Okay, for IT industry, if you see the above table, 12% people out of total 40,250 work in IT industry. So male percentage for IT industry will be 40,250 into 12 divided by 100, and that's 80%. That will be the number of male working in the IT industry. Okay, so clearly we need to solve this. If we solve this, the number is coming out to be, after solving, 3864. That is the total number coming. For the sports industry, there are again 40,250 people, and in the sports category there are 18%. 18% belong to sports category, so divide by 100 into, in the sports category, the percentage of male is again 80%, so into 80 by 100. If you solve this, this further comes out to be 5,796. Okay, for the call center, again we have to do 40,250, and in the call center industry, there are 32% people, so 32 divided by 100 into, in the call center industry, how many are male? 55% to it, so it has to be 55 by 100. And if we consolidately calculate this, this comes out to be 7,084 as the number. Now sales industry, again the same 40,250. Okay, into, in the sales there are 88%, there are 8% people, so into 8 by 100 into, in the sale category, number of male are, female are 60, so male are 40, so into 40 by 100. And if we solve this, this number comes out to be, for the sales, the number comes out to be 1,288. Similarly, we can calculate for banking and chemical industry, and we have calculated the value for banking and chemical industry, and the values are 3381, and for the chemical industry, the value is 5474. So these are the numbers of male that are working in night shift from all the industry. So clearly, we need to add these values together. So after adding all these numbers, we are getting the total as 26,887. So that becomes the right answer. 26,887 is the total number of male that are working in the night shift from various industry. Now, for the same pie chart and table, we are supposed to answer a different question. What is the difference between the total number of men and total number of women working in night shift from all the industries together? So clearly, we are supposed to find out the total number of men and the difference of total number of men and total number of women. Okay, so clearly, we are supposed to find out, first of all, total number of men. In the last question itself, we just calculated the total number of men. Okay, the total number of men we calculated to be 26,887. So these are the total number of men. Total number of students or total number of people that are working in night shift is, as given in the question, 40,250. That is the total number of people. So clearly we can find out from here what is the total number of female or woman, will be nothing but total 40,250 minus 26,887. So 40,250 minus 26,887. If we subtract this, we'll get the value as, total number of women came out to be 13,360. So the total number of female or women are 30,360. Total of men are 26,887. He's wanting us to find out difference between men and women. So clearly, if we subtract 26,887 minus 13,363, the value finally comes out to be 13,524. So this is the total number of the total difference of men and women who work in night shift, and this answer is available in option number C, becomes the right answer. Now, for the same pie chart and table, we are supposed to answer a different question. The question says, what is approximate average number of female working in night shift from all the industries together? So clearly, we are supposed to find out the average of all the women. In the last question itself, we just calculated the total number of women that work in night shift, and that value was nothing but 13,363. So what will be the average across all the industry? Will be, obviously, the total average is always calculated by total divided by total number of industry. Total number of industries are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it has to get divided by 6, and the value precisely comes as 2227.16. To match it with the option, we can round it off to 2227, 2227, that is 2,227. That becomes the right answer. Option A is the right answer. Now, for the same set, pie chart and table, we are supposed to answer a different question. The question is, the number of women from sports industry are what percent of total number of people working in the night shift from all the industries together? So clearly, we are supposed to find out the total number of women in sports industry, and we have to find out its ratio with total number of people who work in night shift. So for the sports industry, let us find out the woman value. Okay, so for the sports industry, total how many people are from sports industry? There is 18% people. So 18% people are from sports industry. Out of this number, that is the total number of people in the sports industry, the female part is 20%. So female is 20%. If we calculate this, this value is coming out to be 1449. So 1449 is the number of female that work in night shift, and they are belonging to sports category only, sports industry only. Now we are supposed to find out the ratio of this number with the total number of people who are working in that industry. So clearly it has to be 1449 divided by, rather 1449 divided by 40,250. That is the total number of people working in that industry, and we are supposed to simplify this. And they are not asking for the ratio, rather what they're asking, that number of women from the sport industry are what percent of total. So we are supposed to give the answer in terms of percentage. So we'll multiply it by 100% also. Okay, so we need to solve this. While we solve this, we get the value as exactly 3.6%. So that becomes the right answer for us. Option number B, 3.6%. Now we have got a different pie chart, and we are supposed to answer the question using the pie chart. Let us study the pie chart first. Circle graph from given below shows the expenditure incurred in bringing out the steel production. So uh, to to get to complete the steel production, what has been the expenditure done in different processes? First of all, first component is cost of production. Cost of production has been given 35% of the total expenditure. 16% of the total expenditure has been covered in raw material, and the next is miscellaneous part is 4%, commission part is 15%, and this is how we can read all the values. Now let us find out the question. The question is, what should be the central angle of the sector of the cost of raw material? How do you find out central angle of any component? There can be a formula used. Central angle of any component, let's say, let us find out the component A. Central angle for component A will divided by total 360 degree is equal to value of component A divided by total value of the pie chart. Total value of the pie chart. This is how we define the central angle of anything. Okay, we are supposed to find out the central angle of sector of raw material. So central angle of raw material, let us denote it as angle of raw material. Angle of raw material divided by 360 degree, as in the formula, will be equal to value of raw material. Okay, what is the value of raw material? That we'll have to see from the graph itself. The value of raw material has been given as 16%. So it is 16 divided by total value of the pie chart. So everything is given in percentage. Total of the percentage value is always 100. So divided by 100. So this is how we can answer the question. So angle of raw material comes out to be 16 into 360 divided by 100, 360 degree always. Okay, which comes out to be 57.60. So that is the angle of raw material in the pie chart, 57.6 degree. Option D is the right one. Now in the next pie chart, he asks, if the miscellaneous charge are 6,000, then the advertisement charges are. So clearly we can do this from the graph itself. Let us compare the miscellaneous and advertisement charge. Okay, miscellaneous is to advertisement. What is the ratio? The miscellaneous charges are given as we can see 4%. Okay, so this is 4% is to advertisement charges. Advertisement expenses have been given as 18%. So it has to be 18%. So this is the ratio of miscellaneous is to advertisement. That is nothing but 4 is to 18. So same is the should be the ratio of their values. Okay, here he has given miscellaneous charges 6,000. So 4 in reference to 4, there should be a value 6,000. So what should be the value in reference to the other one? This is miscellaneous, this is advertisement. So this should be the value of advertisement. Okay, whatever is the ratio is being holded by in the pie chart between miscellaneous and advertisement, the same ratio is to be maintained in terms of values of miscellaneous and advertisements. Okay, so clearly this becomes 4 by 18 is equal to 6,000 by value of advertisement. If we solve this further, this 4 and 18 can be cut. 2 2 ja 4, 2 9 ja 18. This 2 can cut this 6,000 by 3,000. So value of advertisement comes out to be 3,000 into 9. That is nothing but 27,000. That is nothing but 27,000. So that is the value of advertisement, 27,000. Option D is the right answer. Now, he asked the different question for the same pie chart. He's asking, commission on the steel is less than the advertisement charges by how much? So clearly we are supposed to find out advertisement charges minus commission charges. Okay, we are supposed to find out that, and this has to be commission on the steel is less than the advertisement charges by, and that has to be calculated in percentage itself. So percentage can be found out by advertisement charges minus commission charges over less than the advertisement charges. So in the denominator only advertisement charge should come. So that is divide by advertisement charges into 100%. This is how we have to do the solution of the question. Now let us find out. Let us find out the advertisement percentage first. Advertisement percentage is 18% minus commission percentage value is given in the pie chart as 15% minus 15 divided by advertisement charges again is 18 into 100%. So this is what we have to do. 18 minus 15 over 18 into 100. If we solve this, this comes out to be 3 by 18 into 100. If we solve this further, this is exactly coming as 16.66 or 16.2 by 3%. So that becomes the right answer. Option number C, 16.2 by 3%. Now, for the same pie chart, the question is, if the cost of production is rupees 17,500, the commission is, okay, cost of production, that is 35%. So we can do it like this. Cost of production is to commission. This is how the ratio can be made. Cost of production from the pie chart is 35% is to cost of commission in the pie chart is 15. So the ratio is 35 to 15. Same will be the ratio of their actual values. So cost of production's actual value has been given as 17,500. So this has to be 17,500 is to cost of commission. That has to be calculated. So let us write it as cost of commission. Okay, like that. Now these four numbers are have to be in equal ratio, that is in proportion. So we can write it as 35 by 17,500 is actually equal to 15 by cost of commission. This is how we can write it. Okay, if we solve this further, so 35 can cut this 17,500 easily, and if we solve this, this can be come as 5 3 ja 15, 5 7 ja, and 7 can cut this 17,500. So precisely the value comes out to be 7,500. So that is the commission value. Cost of commission comes out to be 7,500. It is available in option number C, becomes the right answer there. Now, question number 15. Now, the same pie chart is to be used for finding out the answer of the different question. The question this time is 5,500 kg are produced. So, the total weight of the production has been given, not the total cost. Total weight is 5,500 kg. Miscellaneous expenditure amount to 1,848. So, miscellaneous is actually a percentage of 4%. So, 4% of the total cost, we can write it as 4% of the total expenditure or the total cost is given out to be 1,848, because he says the miscellaneous expenditure 1,848. That is 4% in the pie chart. Okay. And manufacturer's profit is 25%. Okay. Profit is also given percentage. Then the selling price per kg of steel. So clearly we are supposed to find out, as he says 55 kg are produced. So first of all, we'll find out, and he says miscellaneous expenditure amount to rupees 1,848. So if 4% of the total cost, total expenditure rather, 4% of total expenditure is 1,848, then what is the total expenditure that we are supposed to calculate? Okay, for that what we can do, total expenditure into 4 by 100, the value is 1,848. Okay, so what will be the total expenditure? Total expenditure can be calculated as 100 being sent on the other side into 100 divided by 4. This is how the total expenditure can be solved, and the total expenditure value is coming out to be rupees 46,200. So that is the total expenditure done to produce 5,500 kg. Okay, from there where we can find out the per kg cost price. Okay, what we have gone through, we have understood that 55 the cost price of 5,500 kg we have just calculated to be 46,200. That is the actual expenditure. So similarly, cost price of 1 kg can be calculated as 46,200 divided by 5,500. Okay, so we can cut this and we can know the value. The value is coming out to be rupees 8.40. So that is the cost price of 1 kg. He has said there is a profit of 25%. So profit percent value is given as 25%. Then he wanted to find out selling price of 1 kg. So selling price in terms of profit percent can be calculated by a formula. Selling price is equal to 100 plus profit percent over 100 into cost price. This is how the selling price is calculated. Let us do it. Selling price is 100 plus 25%. That is 100 plus 25 over 20, over 100 into the cost price we just calculated as 8.4. So clearly we are supposed to answer this. This becomes 125 over 100 into 8.4. If you solve this, 25 5 ja 125, 25 4 ja 100. So it has to be 4 cuts 8.1, 8.4 by 2.1, 2.1 into 5 becomes your 10.50 rupees. So that is the actual selling price of 1 kg of steel produced, 10 rupees 10.50. Let us see, it is there. Yes, it is there in option number C. So it becomes the right answer this way. Now, now there is one more pie chart given to us. We are supposed to answer the question after studying the pie chart. Let us see what is the pie chart indicating us. Sales of a car in UK, that is in United Kingdom, according to their color. Okay, so sales of cars of different colors has been explained in terms of percentage. So what we can understand, the if the red has been marked as 20%, that means out of the total cars that were sold in UK, 20% of them were red, and similarly 25% of them were white, and so on. The data has been given. So let us start with the question. He says 3% increase in the production of cars of which color along with red cars will make them 35% of the total cars. So he's saying that 3% increase, that is 3% to be added to which color, which color's car. So the color of the car is unknown, and that will actually make it 35% of the total cars sold. So 3% plus what should make it 35%. So clearly, if there has to be 3% added so that the total number of product becomes 35%, 3% increase the production of cars of which color along with red color with make the total to be 35%. So we are supposed to add the red color's percentage also. Okay, red color value is 20. Okay, so clearly the question is, if red color is added, if 3% increase is done in any unknown color, that is 3% plus unknown, and this is added with red color along with red color percentage, that is 20, and will make the total to be 35%. So clearly we can know the value of question mark will be 35 minus 3 minus 20. Okay, that is nothing but 12%. So clearly we need to see which color is having the 12% value. Okay, and that very color will be our answer. So 12% value is being holded by a color called as blue. So that becomes the right answer. Blue color, if 3% added to it, will make it 15. And if it is added to red color also, then 20 plus 15 will cost it to be 35%. That becomes the right answer, blue color. Now, for the same pie chart, the question is which car is 40% more popular than black cars? So let us see what is the black cars percentage. Black cars percentage as per the graph is black cars is percentage can be studied from the graph, and the black cars percent is given as 5%. Okay, this is the black cars percent, and the value if not visible is 5%. So black cars percent is 5%. He's saying which car is 40% more popular. That means 5 plus 40% of 5 that we are supposed to do. That this will be 5% more. Okay, 5% more can be calculated by, rather 40% more. 40% more can be calculated by black colors percentage, that is 5 plus 40% of 5. Okay, 40% of 5 into 5 also to be done. 40% of 5. Okay, 40% of 5, it's like this. So if we do this, for 5 plus 40% of 5 will be 40 by 100 is nothing but 2 by 5. So 5 and 5 gets cancelled, so this is 7. So which car is having the value as 7% will be our answer. So that is nothing but being holded by the color called as silver, which is holding 7%. So which car is having 40% more popularity than black cars is obviously silver color car. Now, for the same pie chart, the question is sale of a car UK according to their color. The question is which color is 68% less than white color? Let us see what is the white color's percentage. White color's percentage is 25. Okay, so which color is 68% less than white color? This is what we are supposed to answer. 68% than white color. Okay, if we subtract 100 minus 68, okay, 68%, 100 minus 68% is 32%. So if we subtract 68% from any number, we are actually calculating 32% of that number. So clearly we are supposed to find out the 32% of the white colors percentage, that is 25. So 32% of white colors percentage is will be 32 by 100 into 25, that is nothing but 8%. So which particular color is holding the 8% uh, 8% contribution? 8% contribution is being holded by the color called as green. This is what is 8%, and the color is green, 8%. So that becomes the right answer, option called as C. Green color is holding 68% less than the white color. Now, for the same pie chart, the question is cars of which colors together make them 50%. So clearly we are supposed to see the options rather, and we have to keep them adding, whichever is making a total sum of 50 will be our answer. If we see blue, black and red, okay, the blue, black and red are blue color is 12, black color is black color is 5, 12 plus 5 is 17, plus red color is 20, 17 plus 20 is 37. They are not making 50, so this is not the right answer. White, black and red, white is 25, black is 5 and red value is 20. 25 plus 5 is 30, 30 plus 20 is 50%. So this is the right option, which is giving a total contribution of 50%. Option number B is the right answer, because the numbers are 25 plus 20 plus 5, which makes it a complete 50% value. Okay. Now, the question is, if the total production of cars during a certain period was 42 lakh, rather it is 4 lakh 20,000. Total production of the car during a certain period is 4 lakh 20,000. How many were blue cars were sold in comparison to golden car? He's saying total production, the total number of cars sold or the produced were 4 lakh 20,000. Then how many more blue car were sold in comparison to the golden cars? So let us see the blue cars percentage. The blue cars percentage is nothing but, as given in the question chart itself, blue cars percentage is 12%. So how many number of blue cars will be there? Blue car will be total value, that is 4 lakh 20,000, and that's 12%. This will be the total number of blue cars. Okay. And let us find out. We are not solving this because we can rather take common later on. In comparison to golden car. So what is the total number of golden car? Has to be 4 lakh 20,000 multiplied by what is the percentage of golden car? Percentage of golden car is nothing but 10% into 10 by 100. Okay, this is the difference. Now clearly we are supposed to find out the difference of them. So difference of them can be found out blue minus green. So obviously we can take common 4 lakh 20,000 over 100. This much part can be taken common while we doing the difference of these two. And what is left out? Blue. So 12 minus 10 from the golden color. 12 minus 10, so that is nothing but 2. So if we solve this further, this comes out to be 100 get cancelled like this. So it has to be 4200 into 2, that is nothing but 8400. So the difference between blue and golden color car are 8400. That becomes the right answer. So it is available in option number A. Now we are supposed to see the different paragraph, the different pie charts now. The pie charts are a survey conducted on 5,800 villagers, okay, staying on various villages and having various favorite fruits. So this clearly there are two pie charts given. The first pie chart is favorite fruit, okay. So out of the total 5,800 people, guava is liked by 14% people, apple is liked by 12% people, and so on. The data is given from the first pie chart. What does second pie chart representing? People staying in various villages. People that stay in A village A is 22% of the total people, that is 5,800. People staying in village B is 21% of the total people, that is again 5,800, and so on. The data is given. So on the right pie chart, the distribution of the population is given in terms of different villages, and the left pie chart, their choices about the fruit has been given for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 type of fruits. Now, let us try to solve the question. Mango is the favorite fruit of 50% of the people from village C. As they say, out of the village C, 50% people like the mango fruit. Then people having their favorite fruit as mango from village C form approximately 1% of people having their fruit as mango from all the other villages. So clearly, we are supposed to find out the percentage of people liking mango from the village C and people liking mango from all the other villages. Okay, so for that, first of all, we need to find out the percentage of people from village C whose favorite fruit is mango. Okay, so if we see the data, percentage of people from village C who percent of people from village C whose favorite fruit is mango. And from the data we can see the value is how many people are liking the fruit called as mango. So if we see the data clearly, it has to be mentioned for the fruit called as mango. 28% people like the mango fruit. And if we see this, okay, so there are two pie charts given. The first pie chart is of, let us study the title first of the pie charts. The title is Survey Conducted on 5,800 Villagers Staying in Various Villages and Having Various Favorite Fruits. Okay, so out of 5,800 villagers, two pie charts are distributed representing two different information. The first pie chart represents favorite fruits. So out of the total 5,800 people, what is the different percentage of fruit being liked by all these people? So 12% out of 5,800 are liking the fruit called as apple, 11% out of 5,800 are liking grapes, and so on. We can understand this pie chart. If we talk about the next pie chart, is saying people staying in various villages. So clearly, people staying in the village called as A are 22% of the total, that is 5,800. 21% of the 5,800 are studying in B, and this is how we can study this particular pie chart. So clearly, the pie chart, two pie charts, one is representing the fruit distribution percentage wise, another one is representing the population distribution. Okay. So let's see the first question. The first question is, mango is the favorite fruit of 50% of people from village C. So let us see, understand this line only. 50% of people from village C are liking the mango fruit. Let us see how many people are staying in village C. So there are 32% people staying in village C. So out of them, if 50% are only liking the mango fruit, if only 50% are only liking the mango fruit, then 50% of 32% is nothing but half of 32%, which is equal to 16%. So the mango fruit being liked from the village C is like being liked by 60% of the total population. Okay, so out of total population of 5,800, 16% only are liking the fruit called as mango, and they belong to village C also. Now, the other part is people having their favorite fruit as mango from village C form exactly what percent of? So this 16% is what percent of? 16% is what percent of people having their favorite fruit as mango from all the villages together. So people liking fruit from all the villages together is nothing but the total number of people. Okay, people liking the fruit from all the villages together is but nothing but the total number of people who are liking the mango as a fruit. That has to be referred from pie chart number 1. So 16% is what percent of 28%? That becomes the question. 16% is what percent of 28%, which is nothing but 16 is what percent of 28? 16 by 28 into 100%. So that has to be answered like this, which comes out to be nothing but 57.14%. And to approximate it, we can give it as 57%. So that becomes the right answer. Option number C, 57%. Now, for the same pie charts, we are about to answer a different question. How many people in all have custard apple as their favorite fruit? So custard apple is being liked by 15%. So clearly we are supposed to find out 15% of the total number of people, that is 5,800. So if we find out this, we can obviously cut this number. So it has to be 58 into 15, which comes out to be 870. So 870 villages are there who are liking the favorite fruit as custard apple. Now, for the same pie chart, the question is, what is total number of people having their favorite fruit as apple and grapes together? So clearly, we are supposed to find out the people liking apple and grapes. This can be done in terms of percentage as well. If we simply add the percentage of apple and grapes together, so apple percentage is 12% as given in the pie chart, and grape percentage is 11. So if we add 11% and 12% together, that will be 12 plus 11 is making 23%. So altogether, there are out of total villagers, 23% are the people who are liking apples and grapes combinedly. So that is nothing but 5,800, and that's 23% I am supposed to calculate. This is how I am supposed to answer. Okay, and if we solve this further, the value comes out to be 1,334. So that is available in option number C. Now, the question is 20% of the people from village D have banana as their favorite fruit, and 12% of the people from same village have guava as their favorite fruit. how many people from village like other fruits? Okay, so he's saying the first line, 20% of the people from village D have banana as their favorite fruit. So let us find out the banana percentage is how much. Banana percentage is 20%. Okay, and 12% of the people from the same village have guava as their choice. So guava's choice is 12%, so it becomes total 32%. Okay, so 32% are the people who are preferring banana and guava. So how much percent of people are preferring other fruits? That has to be calculated only by 100 minus 32%. That is nothing but 100 minus 32 is 68%. So 68% villagers from the village D are liking the other fruits. So we are just supposed to find out the 68% of the strength of village C. So the strength of village C, first of all, 5800 into C has been given as 32%. Okay, this is for village D. So D has been given 25%. So 25% of the total strength, that is the village D's population. And out of these village D people, 68% are liking other fruits than banana and guava. So into 68 by 100 also we have to do further. If we solve this, we can obviously cut down few numbers. 25 cuts 100 by 4, two zeros are gone, and then we can cut the number 4 and 68, that is 17. And if we solve this further, the ultimate value reaches as 986. Okay, 986 is the value. Let's see where it is available. It is available in option number D, becomes the right answer. Now, for the same two pie charts, the question is 50% of the people from village B have banana as their favorite fruit. Okay. The question number 25 is 50% of the people from village B have banana as their favorite fruit. How many people from other villages have the same favorite fruit? Okay. So let us first of all find out how many is the people who are liking banana. 50% of the people from village B. Village B is having a percentage of 21%. Okay, so we are supposed to find out the 50% of 21%, that is nothing but 21 by 2%. Okay, that is nothing but 10.5%. So 10.5% of the total people from village B are liking banana. Let us find out that number. That number will be banana to be liked from village number B. That is the calculation will be simply 10.5% of the total, that is 5800 into 10.5%. Okay, that will be the people who are liking banana from the village B, and this has to be compared with how many people from other villages have the same favorite fruit. Okay, that's what we are supposed to answer. 50% of people from village B have banana as their choice. How many people from other villages have the same favorite fruit? For that, the banana is being liked by total 20% people. So total number of people who are liking banana is 20% of 5800. So total people who are liking banana as their favorite food is nothing but 20% of 5800. Okay, this is the total number of people who are liking banana. The above one is the total number of people from village B who are liking banana, and they are finding out how many people from other villages have the same fruit. So clearly we are supposed to subtract people from other villages that are liking banana will be nothing but the difference of total people who are liking banana minus people from village B liking banana. So that will be nothing but 20% of 5800 minus 10.5% of 5800. This is what we are supposed to do. If we calculate this further, the values are coming out to be 1160. The values are coming out to be 1160 minus 609, which comes out to be 551. So that is the number of people from other villages who are liking the banana. Number is 551, becomes the right answer. Now we have got a different pie chart and we are supposed to answer the question associated with it. We need to study the graph first. Percentage of students enrolled in different hobby classes in school. Total number of students is already given as 3600. So we can understand this chart as out of the total 3600 people, singing is being preferred by 18% students, dancing is preferred by 21% student, and so on. The pie chart is completed by 1 2 3 4 5 6 type of hobbies. So let us see the questions. Number of students enrolled in cooking class is what percent of those enrolled in dancing class? So cooking class percentage is 22% and dancing class percentage is 21%. So clearly the question is 22% is what percent of 21%? So how do we tackle this? We clearly do what? 22% is what percent of 21%? That is 22 divided by 21 into 100%. See, there is no role of total number of 3600 students, because otherwise around, if you would have found out 22% of 3600 and 21% of 3600, that 3600 and 3600 would have got cancelled when you have put the values as one in numerator and one in denominator. So would have got cancelled. So there's no use of that. Can answer the question simply by this. If we solve this further, this comes out to be exactly 104.76%. So that becomes the right answer available in option number B. Now, there's the next question given. Percentage of students enrolled in different hobby courses. That is the same data. And we are supposed to answer how many students are enrolled in painting classes. Painting percentage is given as 15%. So obviously 15% of the total student, that is 3600, are enrolled in the painting classes. So let us find out the 15% of 3600. That is 36 into 15, which will be nothing but 540. So that becomes the right answer. 540 is the answer, option C. Now, the question is, what is the ratio of number of students enrolled in singing and dancing classes together? So we need to add them to those enrolled in drama respectively. So clearly we are supposed to add the singing and dancing percentage. That is nothing but 18 plus 21, and the ratio of this is to be taken with the people enrolled in drama. So the ratio has to be taken with drama. See, whenever a drama ratio is involved, clearly the values will come as one in the numerator and one in the denominator, and that the total value will always get cancelled. So we don't need to take the total value in this scene, because anyhow that will also be get cancelled. So 18 plus 21 is to drama percentage is 13, so is to 13. So if we solve this, this comes out to be 18 plus 21 is 39 is to 13, and the 39 is to 13 ratio is given by 3 is to 1. Okay, so that is the right answer, 3 is to 1, available in option number A. Now, the same pie chart question is, what is total number of students enrolled in stitching and drama classes together? So clearly we can add the percentage of stitching and drama. Stitching is 11%, drama is 13%. So it has to be 13 plus 11%. Okay, that is nothing but 24%. So clearly we are supposed to find out the 20%, 24% of the total number of students. The total number of students are 3600, and that's 24% we are supposed to find out. If we solve this, this has to be done as 36 into 24, which is nothing but 864. So that becomes the right answer, 864, available in option D. Now, the question says, number of students enrolled in painting classes are approximately what percent of those enrolled in singing classes? So, painting to singing is what percent? Painting divided by singing is what percent? So, into 100%. This is what we are supposed to do. Clearly, there is no role of 3600 students, because 36 the painting percentage of 3600 people divided by painting percentage singing percentage of 3600 people. So this 36 and 36 will get cancelled from numerator and denominator if we keep it. So that is not required to be kept. We just can solve the question by using the percentage values itself. So percentage of painting is given in the question itself is 15. So it has to be 15 divided by percentage of singing. It is also given in the question. Singing is 11. Sorry, singing is 18. So 15 by 18 into 100%. That's what we are supposed to calculate. Number of students enrolled in painting class, approximately 1% of 15 by 18 into 100%. If we solve this, okay, this comes out to be exactly 83.3333 percentage, and that can be approximated as 83%. So that becomes the right answer, option number C. Now we have got a different pie chart and a table associated with it also. Let us study the graph, both the graphs first. Then only we can answer the question. Distribution of candidates appeared in a competitive examination from 7 states. Total candidates are 3 lakh. Okay. So first pie chart, the pie chart represents the uh, distribution of students appearing in competitive examination for several states out of total 3 lakh. So what we can understand that out of 3 lakh students, uh, the students from village A, the students from state A rather, the students from state A is 15%. Out of total 3 lakh people, students from state B is 18%, and so on we can understand for each state. Now let us see the other table that is given. State-wise percentage and ratio of male and female qualified candidates. So the first column of the pie chart represent what? 49% qualified over appear. So 49 value represent that qualified over appeared student percentage. Okay, qualified over out of the total appeared from the village from the state A, what percent have qualified? That is represented by 49. So clearly 49% of the students that appeared from village A in the competitive examination have got qualified. Okay, this is what 49 represents. What is being represented as 4 is to 5? Ratio of qualified candidate as male is to female. So male part is 4 and female part is 5. So these are the different data given to us. Let us see the question and then we can understand. The question says, what is the number of male candidates qualified from state G? So we need to know the male candidate from state G. So for that, we need to know the total number of, first of all, we need to know total number of students from state G. So state G is holding a percentage of 7% here. So clearly 7% of 3 lakh. That will be first the total number. This number is the total number of student from state G. And what we are supposed to answer? We are supposed to answer the qualified male. So out of these total appeared students, we have to find out the qualified ones. And for state A, the qualified percentage is 49%. So 49% of these appeared student is the total qualified. So this is the total qualified from state A. And out of these total qualified, he wants us to find out the male. Okay, how many male were there? So male, so the ratio of male is to female is 4 is to 5. So this value has to be distributed between the ratio 4 is to 5 and male part is to be known. So that means 4 part is to be known. How we do that? 4 part of this out of total parts are 4 plus 5, 9. So into 4 divided by 9. This is what we are supposed to do. 4 divided by 4 plus 5, that is 9. So let us solve this all together. If we solve this, we can obviously answer the question. Okay, 49% of 3 into 3 lakh into 7%, and the 4 part of it is only to be known. Okay, so we can calculate it like that. We are supposed to find out this for which particular village, which particular state. Okay, we are supposed to find out for village state G, and we have found it out for state A. So let us convert it to state G. So obviously state G had holded 3%. So 3 into 7 by 100 remains as it is. That is the total number of appeared student from state G. We have to find out the qualified from G. The G's qualified percentage is given in the table as 48%. So 48% of that is the number of qualified from state G into. Now, from state G, we can see the ratio of male is to female is 9 is to 11. So out of 9 are male, out of a total part of 9 plus 11. Out of total part of 9 plus 11, 9 part is male. So it has to be multiplied by 9 plus 11. 9 part out of the total 9 plus 11 part is male. So this is what we do. If we solve this further, this is 21 by 100 into 48 by 100 into 9 by 20, and clearly we can solve this equation further so that we can answer, and after solving we can get the answer as 4536. So these are the total number of male qualified from state G, 4536, option A. Now, for the same set of pie chart and table, we are supposed to answer which of the following pair of states have equal number of qualified male candidates. So clearly, we are supposed to find out the qualified male candidate for each and every state. So let us begin like that. So for there are states A, E, B, F, C, E, G. So this D is not involved. So we'll only calculate for A, B, C, E, F, and G. We'll not calculate for D. Okay, let us do it. For state called as A, we are finding out the qualified male. So for that, we need to know the A's total people who appeared from state A. So that will be how much percent? 15% of 3 lakhs. So that is 3 into 5 by 3 into 15 by 100. 15% of total population, that is 3. And we have to find out the qualified out of them also. State A has got a qualifying percentage of 49%. So we have to do into 49 by 100 also. These are the total qualified people from state A, but we have to find out the male part of them. So male part can be found out if you see the ratio, it is 4 is to 5. So 4 is male and 5 is female. So the male part can be calculated as into 4 divided by total parts are 4 plus 5, 4 divided by 9. This is how we can calculate the qualified students from state A and the male part of it. If we solve this further, this value is ultimately coming out to be 9,800. Similarly, let us find out the B qualified male. B qualified male is B is holding a percentage of 18%. So 18% of 3 lakh first, this is 3 lakh always. 18% of 3 lakh into 18 by 100. And this is the total number of people. We have to go to qualified one. B is having a qualified percentage of 61%, so into 61 by 100. So these are the total qualified from B. We have supposed to find out the male part also from B. If you see the B, the distribution is 6 is to 4. That is 6 part is male, 4 part is female. So into 6 by 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, 6 by 10. This is how we are supposed to solve this. If we calculate this, the B's total male is coming out to be 19,764. This is the total B male. This is how we are supposed to calculate for each and every village. We calculate for C also, and for the C, the calculation came out to be 4,536. We don't need to calculate for D because it is not part of any of the option. Then we calculated for E, qualified male, and the value comes out to be uh, 12,600. Then we calculated for F, the value comes out to be 18,810. Then we calculated for G, qualified male, and it came out to be 4,536. So these are the total qualified male of different villages. We are supposed to find out for which particular two villages the qualified male is same. So if we compare the values, 9,800, 19,764, so clearly C and G values are same. Okay, C and G values are same. So that becomes our right answer. C and G, that is option D, becomes the right answer. Now, for the same pie chart and table, we are supposed to answer a different question. The question is, what is total number of candidates qualified from state E and D together? Qualified from E and qualified from D. Okay, so let us see for E. Qualified from E can be calculated by, first of all, we have to calculate appeared from E. How many appeared from E? So E has been distributed as 12%. So 3 lakh into 12 by 100. That will be total appeared from E into, okay, how many qualified from E? For E, the qualifying percentage is 65. So obviously 65 by 100. So this number will be the qualified from E. Let us find out for qualified from the other one. The other one is D. Qualified from D will be, first of all, appeared from D. D has been given 23%. So 3 lakh into 23 by 100. That is the appeared from D multiplied by, okay, then D has been given how much qualifying percentage is 45. So into 45 by 100. So these are the two numbers that we are supposed to calculate and then add together, because he asked for the total number. If we calculate this, so the value is coming out, the first one is coming out to be 12. The first one is coming out to be 23,400, and after calculation second one is coming out to be 31,050. If we add them together, the total comes out to be 54,450. This is the ultimate total. Let's see where it is available amongst the option. It is the option B becomes the right answer. Now, pie chart and table, and the question is, what is the total number of female candidates qualified from A and B together? So we are supposed to find out the A qualified female and B qualified female. Okay, so let us find out the A qualified female first. A qualified female. For that, we need to know the A appeared first. A appeared were 15%. Okay, so let us use it. 15% of 3 lakh. 15% of 3 lakh. That will be the A appeared. From that, we need to know the A qualified. A qualified will be given by table. Qualifying percentage for A is 49. So A qualified is nothing but into 49 by 100. Okay. And then we have to find out the female part for A. For A, the female is to female ratio is 4 is to 5. And the female part is coming from 5 parts. So it has to be into 5 by 4 plus 5 is 9. And the answer, the solution of this after solving can be found out as 12,250. So this is the female from state A. Now the other part is female from state B. So B has been given a total percentage of 18%. So we are supposed to find out B qualified females. First, we need to know B appeared. Okay. B appeared. The B has been given a percentage of 18. So 18 by 100 of 3 lakh. That is the B appeared. Then we have to find out the B qualified. B qualified can be given from the table itself. The B qualified percentage is 61%. So it has to get multiplied by 61. So into 61 by 100. That is the B qualified. Now we have to find out the female part of it. So B has got a male to female ratio as 6:4. So 6 out of total 6 plus 4, 10 parts. 6 out of 10 part is female part. Rather, 4 out of 10, because the female part is 4. So into 4 by 10, that is the female part. So solving this, we can get to the answer. So the number for this is coming out to be 13,176. So these are the two values. He is asking the total number. So clearly we need to add these two numbers together. If we add these two numbers together, the value comes out to be 25,426. That becomes the right answer. Now, for the same pie chart and bar graph, we are supposed to pie chart and table, we are supposed to answer a different question. What is percentage of candidate qualified from A and C together of the total candidates appear? So clearly we are supposed to find out the qualified students from A plus qualified student from C, and we have to find out its total from the total candidates appears. Okay, qualified from A plus qualified from C divided by total candidates appear. So total candidate appear is already given as 3 lakh, and we have to give the answer in terms of percentage. So clearly we'll multiply this by 100%. So qualified from A and qualified from C, that's what we are supposed to calculate first. So qualified from A can be calculated as, first of all, A appeared were 15%. So 3 lakh into 15 by 100, that will be A appeared. Okay. And qualified from A can be given as, qualifying percentage for A is 49. So into 49 by 100, that is the qualified for A. Okay. And if we solve this further, qualified from A is coming out to be 22,050. That is the qualified from A. Let us find out qualified from C. For that, we need to know the appeared from C. Appeared from C, C is at 6%. So appeared from C, C is 3 lakh into 6 by 100. That is appeared from C. And qualified from C. So C's qualifying percentage is 54. So into 54 by 100, that will be the qualified from C. If we calculate this further, this comes out to be 32,940. So that is appeared from that is appeared from A, that is appeared from, rather, that is qualified from A, and that is qualified from C. We are supposed to add this. If we add these two numbers together, this becomes 54,990. Okay. Now if we go to our basic formula again that we created, so it becomes like 54,990 divided by 3 lakh, 3 lakh into 100%. That will be our final answer. If we solve this, we can cut down certain zeros like that, and this zero is cancelled by this. So it becomes 5499 divided by 300. 5499 divided by 300. This is what we are supposed to do. So if we solve this further, this exactly comes out to be 18.3333 percentage. Okay, and it is clearly available in the option as option number B, 18.33%. So that becomes the right answer of this particular question.